Hello. Good morning, Miss Cormier. How's it going, buddy? Before I have breakfast, I want to review this video game, Spider-Man PS4. Spider-Man for the PS4 that came out in 2018. It is pretty fun. It's lots of fun, lots of action. Story is good, except when it's not, because there's one plot hole that kind of tears the story down. I'm talking about the good, the bad, and the fact that they incorporated so much history into Spider-Man's mythology from the comics. What I really like about the Sonic's take on Spider-Man, you can tell they're really fans of the comics, and they didn't just write like one or two comics. They read like probably as you get a feeling they read as many comics as you can get your hands on. But instead of mimicking the stories of the comics, like Spectacular Spider-Man, and only making small tweaks, you decide to tell other story, a different story, give their own take on the iconic character, but making sure he stays true to his roots, his comic book roots, and that part of that reason, well, he does like go from his iconic comic book costume to Insomniac costume, which has a little bit of nods from every incarnation of Spider-Man, from live adaptation movies released to theaters from the comics, from the cartoons. It has a little bit of it has like some of the nods from the black suit by having the white spider. Having a giant white spider on his chest instead of a small spider that's black. And a lot of people, I guess, didn't really like the design. Personally, I really love the design of the costume. It is definitely unique, but it's a way unique that suits his personality. It doesn't look grim or doesn't look grim and depressing, or looks like it's trying to be like something that's so not Spider-Man. And I really like how okay, I'm just going to talk about quick. Okay, I know a lot of people don't like the this is going to be me talk on the new Spider-Man model for the PlayStation 5 Remastered edition of Spider-Man, Insomniac Spider-Man, was the new face model, but supposedly the same exact story. The only thing that changed is it was the face model and added costumes and added DLC stories, I hear. But I know the face model is legit. Yes, the definitely kept the same voice actor and motion actor, which is the same person that voiced Spider-Man, was the same person that wore a motion capture suit of Spider-Man. Which is, I think his name's Yuri Lothal, who, I know this voice from Ben 10, Alien Force. Wait, is that the same guy? I'm not sure because I don't know who played Ben 10 on Alien Force, because I don't know the actor's name or actress. It could be a girl, because we had a girl play Jimmy Neutron in the show and the movie, the same person. And every time when Jimmy Neutron did a crossover, and also in the video games, which was several several video game crossovers. So, you know, but anyway, Spider-Man's not a kid anymore. No, he's actually 23 years old in this universe. Time has passed and he's not a veteran like some people make him out to be, hero. Because I'm sorry, he's too young to be a veteran hero. He's like at that point of the career where he's just getting the hang of things, but still stumbles on his ass. So, and what I like about Insomniac's take on Spider-Man, even though they changed the costume, they didn't took away they didn't make Spider-Man not sound like Spider-Man or act like Spider-Man. What I will say, he looks like the alternate reality of Spider-Man, his face. I know a lot of people say, I personally, I like the new model more. Personally, I think the old model looked like he was 30. And Spider-Man's supposed to be 23. I will say, well, I will say that the model can look kind of young, the new model. 2 points too young, maybe, I don't know. But I will say I will like what about the new model of Spider-Man 4, and that's going to be in the future games, is the new model, face model. Same voice actor and stuff, same guy that did the motion capture, same guy that did the voice actor, they're going to keep in the future. This is like a different face model. And I think it's kind of mean of Insomniac to say that the old face model is not Spider-Man, no Peter Parker, it's just a face. First of all, I think that's total bullshit. And that's just them not wanting to give credit where credit is fucking due. Because part of the reason, because I'm sorry, but that's like saying, so you tell me that Spider-Man has no face. He's just a hellish Spider-Man. By that description, he's this Spider-Man has this hellish, basically comedic take on the Hellish Horseman. Because when you say that the face model cannot count as identity of Spider-Man's identity or Peter Parker's identity, that doesn't make really sense. That's like saying the new face model cannot count as Peter Parker's identity or Spider-Man's identity, which are the same person. This is all a bunch of bullshit, sounds like to me. So, and sorry, double fuck you for not giving credit where credit is due. So, look, I respect your decision. I'm okay with you not wanting to change the face model, but don't act like that the old face model never became Spider-Man, because because I know he's in tech. He's not really like he's not experienced as an experienced actor as a new face model, I hear, but he does a pretty good job, because you can tell that like he's trying to bring out the expression and bring out his inner Peter Parker, the face model, just as the voice actor, Yuri Lowenthal, and the guy who does the motion captures, which is Yuri Lowenthal. I hope I get that name right. Yeah, so, shut the fuck up. And do yourself a favor and shut the fuck up. And no more stupid stuff. No more blah blah blah. I am right. I am right. I am right. Spider-Man does not have a face. The old model is not Spider-Man because he did not do the voice. By that description, you can say that by that description, Spider-Man doesn't have a face. He's just a mask. Vigilante is. By that description, you're just like, you're saying that that's his the argument can be made all the way around, saying a new face model is not Peter Parker or Spider-Man, it's just a face. Well, you want to, hey, the voice actors cannot, since anyone who's not the voice actors cannot be face, why don't you have the same person to do the face model that did the voice acting and the motion capture to do the face model captured? Since you don't want to give any credit to the face model captured actors. There. I solved your ego problem. And your stupidity problem. So, let's talk about the story. And, okay, I'm going to talk about the mechanic, the swing mechanic. The swing mechanic is the best it's ever been. And the fight mechanics is the best it's ever been. Spider-Man fights exactly how you imagine a Spider-Man and how you see. It's like his fighting skills like off the comics because he doesn't just fight and swing. He also quips and fights and swings while doing balls. He basically can, he constantly quips the more he's being attacked. And oh, by the way, this game's hard, even on easy mode. So you're going to die a lot if you're not playing the main campaign. Like if you're doing the side missions, that's the problem with it. That's one of the problems is if you're doing any side missions, majority of the time if you're doing the side mission, like 90% of the time, you're going to die a lot because the side missions are ridiculously hard. And I had to sit on easy. If I had sit on normal or hard or any other difficulty, I would be getting my ass creamed and never succeeding at anything. Oh, and okay, so the movie, the story opens up with Peter getting called from New York and suiting up as Spider-Man after having some toast for breakfast. He has a chance to pay the bill, as in the rent the apartment that he's living under, or go after Fix. He chooses to go after Fix without any hesitation. And that's when you get control of Spider-Man while he's swinging to Fist Tower. As in Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin. Yeah. And the Kingpin can actually be relatable and intimidating. Daredevil. Netflix Daredevil. Kingpin. It is possible for your Kingpin to be intimidating. Still to this day. His head would not make him a whiny little fucking bitch. As in a big fucking crybaby whenever he doesn't get his way. But that's what, I can't... Okay, I'm just going to say, I love Netflix Daredevil, but I couldn't stand. And I love the actor, I love, who plays the Kingpin. I forget what his name is, but he was on Long and Criminal Intent to play the detective. And he's a really good actor. Vincent D'Onofrio. I am a huge Vincent D'Onofrio fan. I think he's one of the best actors ever. But the fact is that he couldn't play, he can play a relatable Kingpin, but he can't play an intimidating Kingpin for some reason. It's either the script doesn't want him, and yeah, he has killed people, but it doesn't show the kills. It cuts away from it. Michael Clarke's Duncan Kingpin was in a PG-13 and an R-rated Daredevil movie because of the director's cut was R-rated. And they show him brutally murdering people on screen in both versions of that 2003 Daredevil film, okay? Just saying, if you gotta have some, and you're going to have the Kingdom murder people, show it. Especially when Daredevil is like, the Netflix Daredevil is supposed to be going for this more darker, alternative, edgier take on the character, on the Man Without Fear. That's his nickname. And there's also nods to Daredevil in this game. What I really love about this game, like, give it a 10 out, what I would give a 10 out of 10 easily, even though the game itself is a 6 out of 10, is the world it sets up. Like, this whole Marvel game universe feels like, you see Avengers Tower, you see Nelva and Murdoch's building, that's their lawyer company name. When Daredevil is, by day, is a lawyer. So, and this is not just, and this is actually intentional, actually, because, part of the reason why they made this Spider-Man game is to set up a Marvel game universe. They basically, and Sony basically said it, that this is basically 2008's first Iron Man film. So, and I hear that the new Avengers game from 2020, that's divisive among people. Personally, I love it. But when these, so that's connected to this Spider-Man, and the Avengers game is supposed to introduce the multiverse. Haven't played that much of the Avengers. I haven't beaten the main campaign or the other side missions, so I just tell them what this article said. That looked up for me. So anyway, once you get to Fisk, the place where Fisk is, Fisk Towers, shit goes nuts. And it's up to Spider-Man to kick ass and quit while doing it. Well, looking good. And he does that, and takes down Fisk. Fisk goes to prison, and I like the part before you take down Fisk, you have to take down the SWAT team because they're working for Fisk on the inside, and Spider-Man overhears what they're saying. So he's a little horrified that they were working for the Fisk the whole time. He says sarcastically, in his own charming, funny way, and Spider-Man, when he has Peter Parker, he works with Dr. Octavius, who will become Dr. Octopus to comic fans, and assemble the Sinister Six in this universe, in this story. But here, I really like they gave even Dr. Octavius walks in on Peter's walks in on Peter's trying to fix his Spider-Man suit, and then he puts two and two together that he says, oh, okay, that would make a lot of sense. he just delivers that line. So he knows that now he's Spider-Man. And he gives him designs, blueprints for a new suit. Which the ones the Somax design mainly for this campaign. And for this universe. So because the old suit that he had got torn up while going toe to toe with Fisk, and yeah, so he instead of repairing his old suit, he just got a new one, and I think that people are wrong because about the suit, because I feel like this is what 23-year-old Spider-Man would dress like if something happened to his plastic suit that he made at 15 when he first became Spider-Man in the comics. Yeah, this is what this basically tells a story. And I understand that people go confused why they didn't have black suits Spider-Man, or they're going to save him for the school. I don't see the one go down that road, because in this universe, they already told the symbiote suit, the symbiote saga, and he wore the black suit, because that's why Fury asked if he's got a black and white suit. And that's when Peter goes, oh, okay, that's what funny why you mentioned that. This gets me to awkward. Fury is Spider-Man's partner in crime. She's the chief of police and communicates with Spider-Man whenever there's trouble that needs to fix stuff like fix leaks or the leaks. The environmental stuff is really stuff that Harry left behind unchecked, so you really gotta do this for your buddy Harry, which is Pete's buddy. So, well, then this guy called Mr. Negative is attacking Fisk's men, so they have to save the bad guys. And Fisk promised that he'll tell you if he saves his men's saved. So, well, he's behind prison. So, this villain's called Mr. Negative, and turns out it's Marley, who works at this homeless shelter, and who owns the homeless shelter that Aunt May works with. And like in the comics, he has a split personality. One's evil, one's good. The evil one being this and the other one being the real Marley. And it turns out the twist is, one of the twists is that Octavius wants revenge on after going nuts with the mechanical arms, because it alters his personality, because it's not stable. But he doesn't want to listen to reason to Peter, so that's when he becomes Dr. Octopus and performs the Sinister Six. Marley gets put behind bars, only later to escape from bars during a prison line, and also all of Spider-Man's people, as in criminals that he put behind bars, including his greatest enemies, is that the main characters of his roles gallery are behind bars. He has to fight down, and take down after Devil's Red Scar's release into Manhattan. And God knows who was infected, and Spider-Man takes the hit, and because J. Jonah can't stop blaming Spider-Man, who in this universe is now a talk show radio host, and at some point he did work for the Daily Bugle, but doesn't anymore. And then the Daily Bugle became talk show radio, hosted by Jameson. So, meanwhile, Spider-Man also got his ass whooped by all of his villains, including his new villain, Dr. Octavius, now Dr. Octopus. And he tells Spider-Man to stay out of the way, and then this is the warning. So, but he tries to fight them off, and he ends up getting several ribs broken. But he decides to get back out in the game after Devil's Breath got released into the public a few months later. Well, not a few months, a few weeks later. By the hands of Dr. Octavius. So, Devil's Breath is basically, it's basically the, spreading disease, people dying, the whole end of the world, anarchy, that kind of legit shit. Basically. As in, if you have it, you start coughing out blood, then you start to develop fever. Basically, it's Marvel's Insomniac's version of the plague. From when I heard of that. From what I heard. So as in, you get it. And also, worst of all, there's no cure for Devil's Breath, and this is what Spider-Man has been trying to prevent from Marley doing after he stole Devil's Breath. Then Marley teamed with Octavius and performed Sinister after he made a bunch of offers to the Sinister Six to get them on his side. Give them each one what they crave the most. Desires. So,